All right, we are finally back for match 3. A huge delay in between matches because even though the stakes are high, even though these are the best players in the world, these are still humans and they still have parents that they live with. And unfortunately, Casperinos was sidelined for a little bit, but luckily he's back. And it's time to go. It's match 3.
Let's go. Let's do this. It's finally time. Apologies for the wait, but if you're just tuning in, the series is tied up 1 game apiece, and this is the final match of the summer split. This is going to be good. The first 2 were amazing. Let's go. Grumble Volcano Race 1.
Yeah, this reminds me of that one clip of The Rock, and he's just like, "Finally, The Rock has come back." And I think the hype transcends from that video into this match right now. All right, let's see. Let's see who's gonna take it. After a long wait, he's definitely had all the time.
Already in a tough spot, getting knocked off the track.
And Casper right back, right back into it, getting bumped off with that fib on the first turn. Fox is able to hold first so far this race on his own.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the other screen, Casper's got a golden in 8th, looking to do the rock hop. Hopefully, he can make it this time. He's been struggling
today. His track record is not perfect, but he does get it this time with the golden, and he's going to be able to break up into the top spot soon. And it looks like Fox he got removed from the front somehow. I missed what happened on his POV, but WZ top 4 to start off.
Yep. MW can still come back, though. Top 4 is not necessarily a good thing unless he can pull some lucky shrooms. And it looks like, yeah, Casper is going to chain for 1 here as the blue comes out.
Yeah, that blue is going to be hitting TK in kind of a tough spot. He's like right on the edge, and I think he just died. And that's
the target shot.
MW. Yeah, TS and Quinn, who is taking the rock in 2nd place, and let's see what kind of chain Fox is going to be getting. He does get another blue, and this could be really useful going into lap 3.
Kind of looks like he's going to hold it, though. Oh, as he gets battered around.
Now it's really tough. I was going to say, since Xander's so far ahead in first, Casper could easily get blued in 2nd.
Wait. Xander, wait. That ground shroom, I think he might have done the rock with a ground shroom.
I completely missed if that's what happened. If so, that's sick, and he deserves completely to win the race off of that.
Xander deserves first. That's why Fox was holding the blue the whole time as the shot comes out. He's not going to be able to benefit from this. Does look like a WZ shock, though, as 2 members got into boxes, but...
Yeah, they're definitely trying to pull shrooms, and one person was able to take cut. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to drop in front of Xander or not. It's really close between those 2. We don't really get to see how that's going to play out. Yeah,
right,
and
looks like,
we didn't get to see what happened between the top 2 spots too well, but Casper was far enough in the front that despite not being able to take cut, he was still able to beat everyone else in the race. Yeah, that was kind of a weird shock. Definitely from WZ. I don't know if anyone dodged up, like chaining a star or anything.
No, it doesn't look like anyone dodged up. They just wanted items. Like they wanted the better items in that situation.
Yeah, because you think if one person chains a star at that set and takes cut, then they would easily be able to break up into the front. But it actually is MW getting top 2. I mean, was that really a WZ shot? Because I feel like they should have been able to do something much better with that, right?
Yeah, maybe they just didn't have the items to make that work. But so they just kind of went with what they had.
It could have been maybe MW shocking those players in 2-3 on the platforms, maybe trying to TS them or force them to lose their shrooms and have them not be able to take cut. And maybe that's how Barney got up there with Xander, if I had to guess. Because I didn't notice that was Barney at first because we couldn't see the name. I just assumed it was WZ, but I guess it did benefit MW across the board.
Yeah. And they get a plus 13 race off it, so immediately taking the lead in match 3.
Yeah, a good start for them. I mean, that's just how GV goes. One team's going to get the shot, and they played their cards well yet again. And they're trying to go straight back to DK Mountain. This is the point where we're going to see pretty much only tracks that have already been played in one of the first 2 matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Get really creative with it. So now it's going to be up to them to to take what they already know from the series and sort of adapt and hopefully play better this time.
WZ got their track pick here too. Peach Gardens gonna go for the jackpot again. Let's see what happens. So Casper starting in third here. It's probably gonna opt to slow down. Let MW get the top 2 boxes. Gets a box in
four.
four.
A chance to get a really good item, and he doesn't
And
pull
he
it.
gets
Barney pulls
nothing.
Barney pulls a shroom.
Oh, and he ends up getting fed for it.
And WZ is going to be camping that 8th place box. It looks like Jack held whatever he got from the first set, so it's probably either a star or a bill, unless he's trying to, do like a fake by holding golden, or like wasting his golden and going around.
But speaking of golden, it's Casper pulling one right now, not the bill in 8th. Maybe it's already in play, either from one of the baggers or maybe like somebody else up there. I doubt it though. It might be just a bagger thing.
Yeah, there's a decent chance Jack does have it already because he's not. Again, he hasn't used anything. Although, again, that could.
It looks like
mean a lot of things.
Looks like Jack in front of Casper there is going to be able to start shrooming up, as both of our streamers here are actually goldening up through the boxes.
Fox just bumped Jack off the track. That was a really smart place to start goldening. He got him right off the edge, and he's
top 3 for MW now.
In a really good spot. Yeah, Casper with this TC, he could maybe.
He's got to do something with this. Quinn ended up bringing in the second.
Smartly avoiding him. They took all the necessary routes just to have no chance of contracting that.
Oh, and he gets no good chain from that. So Casper's like down and out for a while now. He has a whole lot of work to do to catch back up. But in the meantime, 1-3-4 for MW. Fox looking to get a lucky shroom here to try and catch up to Quinn. Don't want to let him go, and in fact he does. So he's going to shroom up into third, top 3. At the same time, Casper.
I don't know. I really don't know who used that POW. I feel like WZ would have opted to try to.
That's a WZ shock. It got Casper.
Yeah.
Quinn pulling a red.
Yeah, and it looks like on this top 2 here. He gets his item stolen. What a niche play contender, and he gets another control. Huge plays from MW to keep their top 2. He's going to look to fiend for a draft, but he's not going to be able to get anything, and he's going to end up in 3rd place. That was so smart from Xander to go all the way on the left and take that box, and it worked so well.
Yeah, that was such a good job from him. MW keeping Casper back like that, just barely, just working with the trails that they have, and it just worked out perfectly. Stole his box and everything too. That was perfect.
Unfortunately, his teammates ended up in bottom 2. We don't really know how that happened, although at least we did get to see something entertaining up in the front. All those niche 1v1s, they're showing that maybe they do pay off a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Top 2, 7, 8, 10. Not a big winning race, but they're going to extend their lead here. It's going to be a +3, so they're going to be up 16 points.
Yeah, nothing too huge. Yeah, despite the WZ shock, I don't know how different that race would have been, right, if Jack doesn't get pushed off, because I think I saw him use a Mega as he was falling into the water, and if he had also dodged with Casper at the start of lap 3, he might have also had a chance to get up into a top spot and maybe even turn the race around in WZ's favor, but
yeah,
instead MW have the top spot starting again, and they're going to look to hold them on Moonview Highway.
Yeah, Moonview Highway is the track pick coming out for them. MW, that is. WZ opts for Mushroom Gorge.
Yeah, we haven't seen Mushroom Gorge so far. And one of the things the teams might have been talking about in our long break between matches was different tracks they could go, and we are going to be seeing Mushroom Gorge, a SOP classic track pick. Shoutouts to SOP. I gotta put that in there.
SOPcast.
Yeah, so us being the Mushroom Gorge experts, maybe we'll have some interesting insight on this race.
Of course.
I'm only kidding.
So middle spots on this track is perfect spots to get your lucky triple shrooms or maybe a single one, but Casper not redding anybody. He's going to try for another one. Yep, lucky shroom in second. There you go. So as long as Xander didn't pull anything, he's going to be able to take first. But he gets back fibbed, and Quinn is right on him.
Watch out, Quinn!
What are you doing? No.
That was just so tragic. He had no... I mean, they just both hit that fib.
That wasn't even their fault either. Oh, but Casper
And
was the
immediately still in 8th, and now he has it in
What?
7th. That was a really
And then-
smart dual backspam from Xander, because most of the time when people have like triple shells around them, they feel really safe from backspam, and by using a fib, you can really catch people off guard. And interestingly enough, Casper using this build here, he just used this. We saw on our POV, he was attempting to hit Roy and either get his item out of him or give Edison a chance to get farther back in 10th place. And
Yeah, it didn't work out though. I don't think he actually got hit by that. But Casper getting taken out again.
Yeah.
WZ occupying every bottom spot right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Roy is in 10th. So if MW can control Shock and continue pulling shrooms and taking gap in top spots, then it will be pretty hard for WZ to do anything about this, as they are still in bottom 3.
Yep, but they can pull all of the dodges and all of the shrooms. And maybe a blue if they get lucky enough.
Yeah, it definitely looks like one of the baggers has the Shock, seeing as they are going forward. I'd imagine it's probably Roy, but we don't know for sure. We see Xander dropping to 8th, either trying to get a dodge.
Yeah. Casper not chaining for a dodge. He's not trying to do that, but probably because they don't have the Shock. But he's just content with holding these shrooms, getting whatever spots he can get for the time being. It looks like he's going to be able to take third from his teammate, but MW is still... Oh, never mind! Never mind! Getting target shocked off doesn't look like it makes a difference, though. In fact, I think Quinn actually gained a lot of spots from that.
Yeah, Casper didn't lose really any spots to the other team. It looks like when Xander dropped for a box in 8th, either he got all of his boxes taken or he wasn't able to pull a dodge, because he would have had a couple chances before that to pull a dodge.
Yeah. Was that even an MW shock?
It must have been an MW shock, because WollywogZ probably would have TS'd either top 2 on the mushrooms or Fox over the gap. And we did see Roy in 10th place for a while. So that definitely seemed like an MW shock, but unfortunately it didn't work out for Xander or Barney. Maybe they accidentally TS'd Barney at the end of the mushrooms, or some item afterwards. But
maybe they thought that Casper was going to be able to take up and beat one of them to second place, but from our perspective, it wasn't really going to happen. But that shock didn't really make a difference as far as the bigger spots are concerned. So
yeah, they didn't really need to TS Casper there. And also, it's worth noting that there's 2 different respawns you can get when you fall into that gap. One of them is it respawns you pretty far back, like at the start of the cave, and the other one it puts you like around the turn. And if they had shocked earlier and gotten Casper to respawn all the way back, then they probably could have beat him. At least one of them maybe could have passed him and gained spots on that. But since Casper did get put at the end of the turn, they really couldn't catch up to him enough without dodging.
Yeah, not really sure the situation. Maybe they just kind of didn't have the shock until at the last second, but regardless, MW getting yet another winning race. They're up 23 now. They're very slowly extending their lead, which is huge for them. But Moonview Highway coming out, benefiting MW once again. We'll see if WZ can break into those top spots early on, because if you can do that, then you're pretty much in the driver's seat.
We saw Quinn do it last time. We're going to see Casper looking for drafts for sure, because it's going to be hard to get a box without losing time, but he did actually go wide. Fox in first, just has to fend off people behind him. He's got to watch out for drafts here, and that's a really smart green.
Yep.
Definitely a lot of good reasons to throw that green right away, because that's the most opportunistic spot to draft on this whole track, really. And it's so common for people to get overtaken by getting drafted there, and even though it was hard to
just
tell
like that,
you gotta eliminate that chance.
Yep, and just like that, MW top 3. But Casper holding a Mega, like even if no shot comes, he can use this Mega to do some damage, especially here. We'll see what he opts to do. Edison doesn't look like he has it yet, just barely avoiding every single car.
Is that a TC from...
Yeah, it looks like it is. It's going to be a W. Remember, he's forced to do his Mega by the bomb car, though.
Yeah, he knew that was happening, though. You could tell, like, he either has the reactions of a god, or he knew that bomb car was getting lagged right from the start. And he's going to be able to give this TC to Fox, maybe?
Yep,
yeah,
there it is.
Down all the way on the side, but... I mean, he had to sacrifice a lot of time to go make that play, and it looks like MW is still going to be pretty cleanly in top 3, and Fox is unable to get that pass off, so he'll be stuck in the back.
Yeah, but Casper keeps pulling these triple shrooms to try and catch back up here.
Yeah, he's going to have to watch out for some items here. Definitely
he's
going to be tough to avoid whatever Barney and Leops are doing. But they don't even try to back him. They definitely had a good shot at him there. Then.
It looks like he's gonna try to get sniped here with these greens, though. That one was really close. He has triple reds. He might be able to take people out and get his teammates up here. And
God,
just like that, he's in first place.
And now, is there a blue? What's going on? Why did he just stop? There is a blue. It's gonna be hitting. And he gets back.
Oh, and he gets back green. That did not work out at all.
I think Leo dodged the blue as well, and there's a last second shock. Fox dodging in the bill. He's definitely gonna pass a few WollywogZ players.
This might be. Oh, it's a top 2, 4, 5.
The bomb car gets blown at the end. Barney gets drafted?
Wait, was that a top 4?
They might have clutched out some insane positions there at the end. That was crazy.
That might have been a top 4. Jack ended up dropping because of a draft, and like he had to swerve to get out of his way or something, trying not to get hit. And then Fox just zooms in.
It kind of looked like MW was giving Casper way too much room to work with, you know? There's that one turn where the cars either force you to go tight or go really wide, and they didn't block the tight line, even though Casper was right on their tail, and it looked like he was going to get up into a top spot. But somehow...
Wait,
where
did TK come from? Hello?
I don't know what happened to Barney. It looked like he was drafting up, and he was about to steal a really good spot, but it only ended up being a top 2. Still a really solid race for MW to cap off a really, really good GP for them.
Yeah. TK might have actually like dodged that shock. Maybe he had an item like up there, like a mega or something. We didn't really see him on the screen, but he was there. Mm-hmm. He was probably in the blind spot of
if he was being
viewed.
Or in 7th, he would be using it there. So that makes sense that he would have predicted that. Yeah, that race was definitely interesting because Casper had a chance to use his mega right at the beginning and catch up more, and he ended up having to burn it when that bomb car was getting lagged, and that was great recognition on him to know that was happening.
Yeah, I think before the bomb even exploded, he got scared out by Xander because he was kind of in between the truck and the fence or the wall there, so he just used his mega to get out of that alive. And yeah, he was going to have to use it anyway because of the bomb car.
Yeah, a lot of players have figured out how to lag the bomb car on purpose, so they know like what route to take to make the game think that they're going to hit the bomb on other people's screens when they actually just avoid it. And I would not be surprised at all if that's something that they literally practice doing. Like they just drive past the bomb and see whether or not it blows up on other people's screens. Because MW is a team that will practice very specific things like that. You know, I've heard stories that they do rooms where they'll open the game with cheats on, and they'll have people use POWs, and they'll just practice hop dodging the POWs on flat ground, which is a very specific thing to be practicing.
You know what? Is that... Maybe that's how Casper got so good at doing that. But yeah, lag compensation is a very underrated skill in this game, especially on Moonview Highway with those exploding bomb cars.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going back to DK Mountain.
That like it's not very obvious how important it is to newer players or like low level players, but knowing where other players are and how or lag changes the way you interact with them and things on the track is definitely an important part of
And speaking of which, Casper getting bumped out of first immediately despite getting a good startup boost and not being able to pull an item to compensate for it. Unfortunately, the TC into the cannon is all he'll get.
Yeah, unfortunate. And I mean, MW I assume picked this track, and it's pretty good for the guy starting in second if you are able to muscle your way up into the front and not get bumped yourself.
Yep, and Fox is doing just that with these triple mushrooms. Barney and Fox are going to be in top 2. It looks like Fox is going to opt to chain this shroom at the boxes just to get in front of him. TK's putting on a lot of pressure, though.
TK looks like he just chained a shroom.
Yeah, he did the exact same thing, and now he has a red... left fib! Oh, and Fox got away from that. It looks like both of them ended up getting hit there.
Yeah, Fox's awareness there was really good. I'd have to imagine that Barney called out that he had a fib and he was getting redded, and so Fox just knew instinctively that meant that the fib would be dropping behind him. But after all the chaos, Casper's going to reclaim first place. And he's going to
get sniped instantly by Fox. Wow, what a throw.
He wasted no time going for that. But Fox hits the wall, and Casper's going to get back up there, I think, with Xander as well.
Yeah, it looks like Xander took advantage of that. Oh, Casper ended up dropping back a little bit.
Line right now. What's happening? And Casper's off the track.
He failed the cut.
I don't know. Maybe there was an item on it that he hit. I couldn't really see. We're switching back between these POVs a lot since there's a lot happening. But I mean, we usually don't expect people to be falling off that cut unless there's an item that appears and messes them up.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not really too knowledgeable of the top spots right now, but it looks like it's pretty even in the back at least. You got Fox and Casper and Jack back here, but then you have like MW in 6th.
I'm pretty sure MW have a decent lead in 5th right now. And was that?
Oh, Fox! Yeah, Fox ended up dodging in a Mega that he just pulled there.
He pulled the Mega, and that totally changed.
Yeah.
How MW was able to use that shock.
And that might have been a target shock as well, maybe on somebody up there. But now they're in top 3
for MW. And can you prevent TK from coming up? No, but he's going to look to hit someone else. I don't think he got anyone.
Fox actually ended up losing a couple of spots there to some bumps, but as far as we know, MW got yet another winning race off of that because they ended up getting first and then like another spot, like second or third.
I'm not sure how far TK was able to shroom up on the bridge because that is a really powerful spot to shroom up there because
all of your
not only
weed
are you
is
gaining
like
time by just shrooming and everyone else is bouncing on the bridge, but you have to lose time to avoid getting bumped off there. It's not worth it to just let it happen.
1, 3, 5, 8, 9.
Yeah, decent race for MW. Fox definitely could have probably gotten a better spot had he driven that race a little bit better. You know, on lap 3, he definitely lost some time around the middle of the track and ended up getting passed at the end.
Yeah, it could have been a much better race for them, but regardless, they win it. Another +7 race, and now they're at 45. WZ has to find something here in order to come back. Right now, they're not really finding anything.
Yeah, they got to create some kind of opportunity for themselves that they can build off of later.
They've got a lot of time to do it, though. 7 races left. They're easily capable of doing it. I have faith in WZ to bring this match back. And also to make my prediction accurate because, you know, bragging rights.
Yeah, 100% winnable at this point. But yeah,
45
if you continue to play solid, it will get to the point where WZ will start having to take more risks because, you know, generally the start of the war you're just playing to get good races, get good leads, you're not taking too many risks. But as time goes on and the situation changes, sometimes you have to change the way you're playing to adapt to whatever the score is. But I haven't quite reached that point yet.
Alright, Koopa Cape, we've been seeing this track a lot today. It's a pretty popular one. Especially if you can cheese, like, taking all of the shortcuts at the beginning to get yourself up there.
Yeah, Kazer's going to be looking to find an item box here at the start, and he does get one only in 4th, though. A lot of people opted to slow down there.
Yeah, slowing down there is really good, but doing this is also really good, but Casper throwing his red a little too late.
Yeah, it looked like he just wasn't sure what was, you know, where the Goomba was going to be going into it. Maybe Quinn taking it in front of him psyched him out, but I'm not sure. And an interesting thing to note about the Koopa Cape Goomba, this is another weird little fact about the game, is that the Goomba will only disappear on your screen if the host of the room hits it with a shell. So, since Quinn is not the host of the room, the Goomba was still there. But, yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
Is that true? I feel like it's
I believe so.
just...
That's what I heard. I trust my sources.
Alright. We'll just say that's what happened.
There's probably people in chat who know better than me. They can back it up. Or
yeah, but both of our streamers in bottom 2 right here, trying to catch back up a little bit. Not chaining a star though. Is probably going to hold it for either to dodge a shock that they have or just taking some shortcuts.
Yeah, one player. Actually, the players in top 2 seem to have plenty of space right now. I'd imagine that's Quinn probably still up there from lap 1 and maybe one MW member behind him because we do see TK and Jack right there in the middle of the pack, and Casper is, I believe, in 8th place still. And that banana actually...
Yeah, it hit them when they were, like, miles apart. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how they both ended up hitting that. That didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Oh, Casper chaining a star to a Mega. He's in a really
TK,
good position.
What's going on? The
TK is
right now.
Yeah.
Casper's teammates with triple reds are griefing him, dude. He can't get away.
Seems to me like WZ is starting to feel that burnout of having to play a lot of Mario Kart at the same time.
Yeah, maybe their comms aren't as smooth at this point. You know, it's been like 3 hours at this point.
Yeah, MW is still able to hold it together though, despite their time zone not being the best for a match like this.
Mm-hmm. We see TK getting a TC. There's Fox now, pulling a TC of his own, looking to give it to Casper. Casper's going to be totally fine though. because he does have the star.
Oh,
and I
that
think
got
MW are in a bunch of top spots. They're
Oh, and it
probably
ends,
at
it
least
ends
top
up going to
three.
Jack at the end of the day, so Casper's got this star. If there's a shock here... not quite yet. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come out here, but he does get a
Doesn't look
shroom.
like it. A bunch of people taking the shortcut at the end. I think
Barney
have
got
either of those players.
I think Barney got the best of that exchange. It looks like he kind of jolted in front of them at the line there.
That seemed like at least a top 2, maybe top 2-5 or something for MW, because I saw all WZ name tags and really no one else back where Fox and Casper were. So
Yeah, exactly.
and we didn't see it. Our POVs kind of got like they weren't perfectly synced up. So a shock happened.
Top 4?
4. Somehow it's a top 4. It must have been that TC at the end might have clutched up. I imagine Fox might have snagged a box in the water stream and also given the TC to Jack to be able to get himself into a top spot. And that is brutal. That is
that top 4 like flew right under our radars. Like we thought it was just kind of.
I knew it was at least a top 2. I knew Barney was streaming up, but I didn't think Fox would be able to capitalize that hard off of it. And I kind of lost track of him at the end.
Yeah, but with that race, MW is now up 76 halfway through the war. That's got a sting for WZ.
That's bonkers. All of a sudden, a little foothill turned into a mountain for WollywogZ. And halfway through the war, this is a very, very tall order for them. And they're going to have to deal with a race where MW are starting in top 4.
Yeah, and they're going with Toad's Factory. We haven't seen this track yet today, but Toad's Factory is one of those tracks where if you're starting in the right spots, it is very powerful. So, generally speaking, you want to start top 2-4 on that track. They have top 4, so that fits that criteria. And commentators curse.
What do you
MC3.
know? What do you know? MC3, a little bit of a saving grace for WollywogZ.
Of
but
course.
Again, it's a reset track, so it's not like they have an advantage here. It's just going to
They
be a
just have
matter
to
of
kind of get themselves out of the bottom spots to try to make something happen. And Casper burning out yet again.
And he's got to work on that. He's got to hit up the practice room, but it doesn't matter. How many times is he going to get knocked to 8th and then pull the bill immediately? That is
you can mess up
crazy.
your inputs, but when you're pulling the bill in 8th, does it really matter?
I don't know, and we're going to see a lot of bodies getting taken out early on. Casper should be able to hold this bill and not be too far behind. So it would definitely be beneficial now for the WZ bagger to just spam boxes in 10th, get shock. I think that was Edison going back behind. Yeah, it was. He was changing his mirror so fast that I couldn't see who that was, but WZ have a great chance at getting the shock right now with Bill in play and Edison far back behind in 10th, and that could really be their ticket to getting a good race.
If you know MC3, the bill is super powerful even if you don't dodge because of the tight lines it takes. You can screw with the runners like so hard with the bill.
Without dodging, though, he's not going to be able to get all the way up to the front. But now he will with that blue coming in. It looks like MW are top 2. I think WollywogZ are occupying most of the spots.
The packet's so spread out up there. Like, this is a free first for Casper, and as long as he doesn't get it shocked out of him for some reason, and he's just going to use it around the U-turn and dodge at the same time. So there you go. But at the same time, Fox ended up dodging that shock in 5th with a star, too. So they're going to be in top 2 right now. And, yeah, WZ securing first. What? Casper, for some reason...
Oh, my God. Casper went for a schlag and a half there, trying to somehow hit Fox on the boost panel. That was a little cheeky. But, I mean, again, those are the plays you need to make. And actually, we see... Casper almost lost to Fox by going for that. He only beat him by
that was a questionable play.
I don't know.
I would have just dropped the banana on the boost panel just to kind of camouflage it in a little bit. You don't have to like schlag with it. I don't know.
It makes sense. I mean, you want to create some disturbance just to because if your teammate's in 3rd, the other guy's in 2nd, you want that to change. And somehow it works. Quinn got 2nd out of it. I don't understand. Maybe he pulled a shroom or drafted, but they gained. That was a 4-point swing. Whatever happened.
Maybe Fox got scared by that banana. Like he had to go wide a little bit. Maybe that opened up WZ to get 2nd instead of 3rd there.
I have no idea. So despite predicting shock in his star, the race was still pretty good for WollywogZ. That definitely chipped away at the deficit a little bit. MW were definitely prepared for that shock, although they probably I don't think they really had a way to prepare for Casper having Bill in fourth, but they were bottom two, as we saw, so it makes sense that they had at least one or two stars that they could have been cycling through or just using to predict a shock around that spot. And now it's WollywogZ's turn to pick EF.
Yeah, and just because we said it's going to pick BC3, right?
Oh, man.
Yep.
I was really thinking that we'd get one and our theory would fall apart, but
Hey,
so far it just has not happened.
This is the Caster Zero Track Pick Challenge.
We control more than we know. Alright, so let's see what WollywogZ can do.
I think we're going to see Casper. He's going to try to go for the same plays he's always been going for on this track, and trying to go for the Ultra, and then cycling boxes like crazy. We saw that the last race, and it worked out super well for him. So
yeah, wouldn't be surprised, especially if his teammate manages to stay up to block the cut. Getting a green.
Oh, Leop's getting random greened out
he
there. He
greened himself off the wall. I think he greened himself off the wall because Casper had nanas, right?
Maybe. So we see Casper blocking the cut and Fox going for it, and he ends up making
Ultra and make it. Yeah,
kind of like the role reversal from the last time this track was played. And now we see Fox in first. Quinn going to be able to shroom up. It looks like he goldened. And same with
Quinn
Jack.
And Jack, I think both goldening up. Good play from Fox there. He saw Quinn goldening up. He tried to sneak in a little banana to mess Quinn up. Didn't work out, and now they are 3-4, looking to reclaim the top two spots. And that's something they could definitely do because they can have one person take cut, one person unblock.
Oh, there's the blue though.
Blue going overhead, yeah.
So
it's a lot easier.
Lap 2 shortcut's kind of weird. If it's still blocked, then Fox can just go for that. But Ultra, no, it looks like he can just go for it. Maybe he thought it was fully blocked with that Nana.
Oh, Casper barely missed the Ultra.
That's gonna hurt a lot. That could have been big.
With that Mega, it would have been really nice for him to have that Mega in a high spot. And yeah, this banana is not entirely blocking the shortcut, and he's gonna be able to take shroomless, keeping himself alive in the race. Whoever is in 8th place right now is very much not alive in the race anymore. There's a shock. I really don't know.
It was a WZ shock, I think, because TK ended up dodging in a Mega, so TK is going to try
so far ahead?
I don't know. He might have been able to do something lap 2 with the shortcut.
Was Xander the one that took cut right next to Fox? I think it was.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's why. But wow, he just has a huge lead, even over TK who dodged, and that's exactly what MW need to be doing is just secure first.
And Fox has a perfect item for this situation in the race. You can hit people going for cut. You can unblock it. You can do whatever the heck you want with these.
Yeah, and
he ends up
does get Quinn. He gets Quinn. I think TK got out of there maybe. I'm not sure he made it up if he took cut.
And Casper ends up doing the Ultra, but getting what was that red?
I don't even know if that was intentional.
That
or not,
that couldn't have been intentional. That was too perfect.
That was crazy.
Was
if Fox knew and Fox somehow managed to pinpoint that backer, that was unbelievable. And he gets a drop star as well at the end, I think. Unless he... The level of some of the things that we're seeing right now is absurd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Red on someone landing from Ultra is such a crazy thought that can happen. I don't even know.
The plays that these top players are making to get just a little bit more points is just... Oh my goodness.
And so did MW end up getting top 3 out of that, or did TK end up taking cut? Because I know Casper only was able to green red one guy. No, they did get top 3.
MW top 3.
Or sorry, Fox, not Casper. I'm getting confused by my POVs here, but yeah, huge stuff from MW. They're so fun to watch on BC3, and that's another monstrous GP.
They're so good at the track too, even though it's like a dice roll a lot of the time.
Yeah, they don't make it. They make it feel like they can control it somehow.
And with that, MW is now up 76 with 1 GP left. If they just get one good race, then that's pretty much curtains.
I have 66 on our cast. I'm not sure.
Oh, my Toad bot is 76 points. Mine might be super wrong. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, there also people have said that there could be some lag corrections so far. Like we saw in Moonview, the spots were kind of strange. Like it definitely looked like some people beat other players, but yeah. So 1 GP left. It's either 66 or 76 points. Who knows?
I'm not. Regardless,
Either way, it's a
WZ has
lot.
to come back.
The storyline is still the same. WZ needs a huge GP if they want to have a chance at winning this tournament, and MW just kind of need to tap it in at this point. It's their match to lose, right? They should be able to
that's
press
what
all
they
enough to
say.
win this, but you never know.
Again, they just need like one winning race by single-digit points, and that'll put so much pressure on WZ to get like massive races, and that's definitely not easy. DDR versus Mario Circuit, Luck Track versus kinda Luck Track.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about the tracks. I refuse to influence this match any more than I already have.
Hey, I didn't influence anything. I just stated facts.
Right. Alright, DDR for MW, starting in first place. Fox should have a pretty good time running this, but we'll see if it's a repeat of match 1 or if he's fixed his mechanical mistakes.
MW had success here the last match, so we'll see if Fox is able to nail this sand hop as well as Casper. Yep,
And he got a
draft
in mid-air, and I don't think he's not ahead. Looks for the snipe. That's a really good attempt, and that was just barely too tight of Fox's
almost
line.
getting another draft off of that too. His precision is fantastic, but ends up getting nanned for it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, a very sneaky banana from Fox. A really, really interesting 1v1 interaction that we just saw there between two really, really good players. It looks like Fox hit the sand a little bit on that turn, and is not as far ahead as he probably should be, but he's going to be all right.
Oh, Casper getting target with that red and blue onto Fox. He's just... Everyone's going after him now as WZ is back in the front.
Spots, and a Bill coming all the way up to the front. I'm not sure if he was forced to use that from the POW, but Quinn just built up into
like a top
4th place.
This looks like a top 4, but Barney ended up breaking that, taking second with red.
There's definitely going to be someone goldening up at all times.
Oh, that was a really weird banana. It almost hit him too, but no dice.
Where is Barney? Oh, this is scary. I can't believe he's trying to force this right now. He's really...
Yeah, this is a very scary situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to know that Barney's going to be moving around on your screen. And is this just something he does now? Does he just go for shrooms? Okay, I guess not. He got a bounce that made his second jump pretty low. But...
Oh, there's the shock. Let's go mega dodged, and then another MW member in the Ultra. They're going to take first immediately with that.
Yeah, Fox lost to Golden and 8th to that, but it looked like Xander and Leops just made out like bandits after that shock. I'm pretty sure that they have a lot of top spots right now. Or actually,
yeah,
I guess Barney's up here.
But top 2 is more than enough for MW at this point.
Ooh, that's a close screen from Quinn. He had to throw it around his teammate to hit Barney, but...
Yeah, they need a blue, and there's the blue, as I just said, they need a blue.
Xander gets hit, Barney's still holding down first, and
does Casper go for
the box should be fine.
He can't really do it.
Yeah, no way. His nanos are going to be tough, as well as the POW. Looks like TK made his way up there. I don't know if he beat Barney or not.
It doesn't look like he beat him. It might happen.
And Fox is going to beat out Quinn, and Leops is also going to beat Quinn on the line. So, I mean, the difference between those spots there could matter a lot. I think Quinn really got screwed over by that POW in wherever he was, and he ended up losing a bunch of spots. Yeah, I'm surprised that shock didn't benefit MW as much. It looked like Leops chained a mega first set and dodged, but maybe, the changing traction messed him up, or he got shocked into somebody's item and just wasn't able to benefit too much, because it seemed like that was going to be way better. And then there was also that one blue that made Xander get third instead of, guaranteed first.
Right. Well, MW getting another winning race. They've been winning pretty much every race except for one. They're up a huge amount of points. I believe 71. I know my scores are wrong, but the stream scores are probably correct. 71 points.
Yeah, 3 races left. And this is where we see WollywogZ is going to have to go for every risky option on the table. They can't afford to, to let MW make any plays or dodge any shocks. They're going to have to get a little lucky, obviously, and really just roll the dice and hope that it works out for them. And that's exactly what they're doing, even on the character, on the track select screen with Mario Circuit.
Yeah, but you know what? Casper is the king of taking risks and having it work out. If anything can happen when he's in the room, honestly. I'm just hoping we can see like an amazing comeback from WZ here as they get their track pick yet again, Mario Circuit.
Yeah, I think if MW played this smart, they should be able to limit the chance of like a top 4 here. I think if they just spread out the pack as much as possible, and they force the WZ players to drop really far to get good items, it will be really hard for a top 4 to happen on this track. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see an MW member just sitting in 8th for as long as necessary at this box.
Yeah, looks like Fox is going to be able to take that role. Got an 8th place box, no bill though, and might be in hands of one of the baggers. But Fox just chaining shrooms at the moment, while Casper's holding a star in 8th. Looks like he's going to be securing 8th, not letting a runner take the bill.
And Fox with this Mega, definitely a really good seed for either of these players, but more so Fox since he does have a chance to easily overtake first if he does dodge a shock really at any point during this race.
Yeah, or if he just chains it for like a really good item in a high spot.
And I can't believe I haven't pointed this out yet, but I'm pretty sure Roy is on Baby Luigi.
Casper just pulled the bill in 8th.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Bill honestly isn't that great of an item here. I mean, if he does dodge, he's definitely going to be getting a decent spot out of this, but he's not going to be anyone that dodges in a Mega or a Star or someone that gets shocked into a box and pulls a Golden, because that Bill's only going to take him up to, like, 4th place.
Yeah, he ends up using it there. Maybe predicting an MW shock.
Yeah, he's going to be building up past Fox. Fox is going to be able to chain this Mega last set and either cut off all the grass or dodge a shock, and we do see an MW shock being used. Fox is pulling
Fox is
a
not the
blooper in 7th.
best.
That's an awful pull to get, but it's going to be totally fine for them, I think. As Fox does still end up beating Casper, and I think Barney probably got first off of that, but that's really unlucky for Fox to get a blooper in that situation.
It didn't really make too much of a difference, I don't think. He might have lost like 1 spot overall, but yeah, that was kind of lame. He could have taken some more shortcuts if he pulled triple shrooms or a golden there.
Yeah, it would have been a lot worse if he had jumped into the grass expecting to get shrooms and then pulled the blooper, but he didn't bet at all on the 7th place box, and so it ended up being decent. I think MW won that by a little bit.
Yeah. 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yep. And with that
was just kind of hopeless for WollywogZ. Without shock, I mean, it's only you can only do so much without shock there.
Exactly. So they're gonna have to all run 2 races, I believe. The point differential is just way too much.
And MW, they have it in their grasp at this point. They are just 1 mediocre race away from winning this whole tournament.
Just 1 mediocre race.
Yeah,
if I'm
MW
to
get like first or second.
Yeah, if I'm in MW right now, I would go for the strategy of just use a really early shock on whatever track it picks, just to secure a top spot, and that's it. Like, you don't need a winning race. You just need to get like second. That's it. That's all you need to.
You can just focus on one guy, like, and just try to have that guy get first. Like someone has a star in 6th place, and you have shock. Just chain at the best set on the track and work from there. But it's Toad's factory, so they're going to be looking for a bit more of a running approach to this situation, which is totally fine as long as they can pull off the draft at the beginning and control top spots. And it looks like Fox is going to draft up quite easily, but Casper does as well.
Yeah, but MW is still holding down those top spots.
Yeah, he's just getting swarmed right now. They're not going to let him draft, and he has to keep dropping his wheelie, and Fox is just going to be able to break away, unless he can
He's doing a good job at keeping his speed, though. Oh, that fib! That's going to take him up real fast. And they are all running, so Bill is definitely a possibility here.
Let's see if MW drop for shock at 30. No, they're going to let Casper get a box in 9th, but he gets Bill, and that's pretty much a guaranteed shock for MW. Casper really has no chance to get shocked for the rest of this race, and unless TK drops all the way back here, TK or Quinn, then they're not going to be able to get it either, and I think MW should run away with this race, quite literally.
Yep, Barney trying to make some plays with the star, not really getting anybody though, but Casper's still holding on to this build.
Yeah, nice use of
wow.
Using any area on the track you can to avoid that.
Quinn getting taken out though. I feel like Quinn's right. Oh, he had the POW there. That was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, Casper losing build of that POW. There was a blue that did hit Fox, as we can see, but they're still top 3. Casper's build really didn't take him up that far, as he did have it all the way.
It was on a first panel, so Fox didn't really lose too much time there. And MW keeping top 3. All Fox has to do is just try to hit one WZ member, and with anything that he pulls, but he gets bananaed for it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally don't think there is a single possibility for WollywogZ at this point. We see Barney even building up, rubbing salt on the wound.
Brutal.
And a POW as Casper's only item. And Jack had a Mega in third. That POW might make something up, but there's really nothing to do. And
whoa! Actually worked out. Wow! Nice.
Oh my goodness! What a throw from Fox, just to shut down any hopes and dreams that WollywogZ had left. That was, I mean, I just don't know how he knew that.
Statement.
Yeah, how did he know? And it was a.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
MW totally 100% deserve this. They've been playing really well these past 2 matches, making plays out of nowhere. You know, playing solid. And that race was just that was nuts.
That top 4 was so unnecessary, but you know what? We'll take it.
Like, they're just doing everything like even. Oh my god! Like, that's not a situation where you should be able to hit the guy with that bomb, right? Like, Jack has that whole area of the track, but he just landed right into it as his Mega ran out. Oh my goodness! It's a wrap here, ladies and gentlemen. Metro Wipeout are going to be your champions after a victory lap here, or a victory race, I guess. No amount of penalties or lag corrections could bring you back from a deficit like this. They're down 101 points, and that's gonna be it.
Man, both teams honestly played super well. Shoutouts to WZ for making it this far. Their road here was super hard.
Super unfortunate for them, because again, they haven't had a chance to win any of the tournaments so far this year, despite how many times they've come close. And unfortunately, this is another example of that for them. You know, they did put up a really good fight, and they were in it the whole way through up until really, you know, a few races ago. It was that one top 4 on Koopa Cape that kind of put them out of contention. And who knows? Maybe it was the break in between that kind of messed them up, or maybe the luck just didn't work out in this match the same way it did in the other matches. But Casper's going to go for glitch. For the fans.
Okay. Oh, he made it!
I can't believe it. Casper winning the battle but losing the war, and it's putting him in 10th place still.
10th place? Wait, getting the top.
Why does it say he's a 10th? I'm confused.
Did his lap even count?
His lap didn't count.
Dude, he probably went too far forward at the beginning.
I mean, you almost never see a race 12 situation like this be entertaining, but Casper found a way.
He found a way to go from -100 to -200 real quick. Let's go, Casper.
Yeah, a few trolling penalties, a shock in like 7th place since his lap didn't count, 4 laps of GZ2, and that's gonna close out the tournament. What a way to go down.
An entertaining
They
end.
got their own top 4, but it probably wasn't even a winning race for them because of the star penalties and whatever. But wow, are the people not entertained? Oh my,
that was nutty.
That was the summer split gauntlet. That's how it ends. That was grand finals. It was a single elimination tournament. They had to win all of their matches, and that's what Metro Wipeout did.
Yep, congratulations, Metro Wipeout, on being Summer Split champions, and going into the final bracket in a few weeks, they're going to have a huge advantage.
And I believe every match in that final bracket is going to be a best of 3, and MW showing that they have what it takes to go the distance in a long set like this. You know, they played even better as it went on. You know, first match they kind of got beat. It was looking shaky, especially individually. We saw some mistakes, and then by the end they were just crushing it. And they're going to be gaining a lot of CP for their seeding going into the tournament. I think what are they seeded now? Like maybe 2nd, something like that. I can't imagine anyone has come close to touching Ethereal.
Well, after that, they're definitely going to be 1st seed, I believe, right? the CP gain from
I'm
that.
not sure. I haven't seen the CP gains or the how far apart they were. But yeah, definitely really happy with that match. That was a really interesting 3 wars back to back. We saw a
was a
lot of stuff
marathon.
that we were not expecting. Yeah, it was a marathon filled with little sprints. It was fantastic.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
What a day! So many clips. You can make a fantastic YouTube video out of that set. I'm sure Jaggy's gonna get right on it soon. He'll put it together for you guys on the MK Boards YouTube channel, so you guys can look forward to that. No pressure, Jaggy, of course.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. So MW win as I believe about 2/3 of the chat predicted them to take it. They were the favorites going into this, although WollywogZ definitely showed that they could have done it. You know, it was definitely in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, WollywogZ was playing amazing leading up to this moment. They won match 1, but they just couldn't go the distance. They just lost it somewhere in the middle. But you know what? WZ still played insanely well, and this was such an entertaining match to watch. Congratulations, MW, on that win.
Yeah, they really left it all out on the track. That was super fun to watch. Very good display of ability and perseverance. And all of the above.
And that wraps up the season. Metro Wipeout are your MKPS Summer Split champions. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos in the near future, including a post-game interview with Metro Wipeout, as well as coverage of the Final 8 tournament. Thank you guys for watching, be sure to subscribe, and have yourselves a splendid day.